Okay, so we're going to move on to our first set of rockets. Hopefully you can see. Those kind of look kind of like a space shuttle. Let's see if I can hold it this way so y'all can get a better view. So I've got my black icing because I think with all my rockets, I'm going to outline them first just to, you know, I don't know, make them look a little more fancy, maybe a little more technical. If you've got some, you know, rocket scientists at home right now, quarantined, then this would be a great thing for them to do. So again, I'm mixing that bag up. Black, because it has so much pigment in it, is one of your ones that's going to separate the most. So I've got my seam down the middle. I'm going to pinch to the top. And again, over here, just so I can keep my trash in one place, I'm going to cut a little bit off the tip. Now, I will say, the black, if you want to use this to write or do detail work later, you want to cut that tip even smaller. Because if you cut it too big, you just can't get the detail you want. So here we go. I'm just going to outline the shape of the rocket, or let's call it a shuttle, or whatever our latest project is we got going on in this area. So your black bags are going to have less icing because, again, I really, you know, kind of wasn't intending for these to be a complete cookie color. They're more a highlight or detail color. So they're easy to grab with one hand. One other thing I always say is that when you're making cookies, your manners can just go right on out the window. You support your wrist, your hand, your arms however you need to. Lean on your table if you need to. That is okay. So I'm going to go ahead, and since I keep talking about this being a space shuttle or something like it, I'm going to use my white. You use whatever you want, and I'm going to fill those in. So you want to go up against that black line, but you just want to be careful not to push on it too much with your white icing because you don't want to lose it, or by accident pull that black into the white because your bag touched it. So that sounds a little more technical than it really is. I'm going to switch these just so I can be a little more detail oriented. I'm going to watch that one and see what it does. Okay. So if you hear some background noise, that's just my little fans going on my cookies that are drying right now. Just always have those. Okay. So you can see I've got some gaps to fill here. Okay. Just to make it a little, you know, come into the edge, but it doesn't have to. It's not a big deal. So we're going to do two different things with these. I'm going to show you what it would look like wet on wet, or if you want to come back and make it look a little more three-dimensional later, we'll let one dry. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball, kind of like a cockpit window up here. And that icing is going to dry right into the white so that it looks like it's one, not like two separate stages. You see that? Maybe let's just do some lines. Maybe we'll make this some little windows going down. Pretend this is one of the new passenger crafts. Everybody gets a window. All right. So I'm going to see. My red is ready, so I'm going to show y'all a little trick on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a wavy line of red. This is just an eyeball. You do not have to be perfect. Then I'm going to go ahead and put some yellow, just like I did that, just on top. Right now it just looks like some ketchup and mustard. But I'm going to take my toothpick, stylus, which you have in your kit, and I'm just going to kind of swirl those together so that it's going to look kind of like flames shooting out. Now, kind of mixed them together, and now I'm just going to kind of pull out. You see that? Just very lightly with these. Sometimes if you've been in a class with me, when we do wet on wet, I tell you to really dig down with your stylus. But with these, we don't want to lose all of our detail. We just want that kind of mix of flames. So I kind of like that guy, just how it is. You know what? Let's put a line of blue in there just to give a little extra color. I need to mix my bag up and trim it. I'm just going to do this. It just needs something. That's it. Oops. And that's okay, because look what I can do. Just come back and do that. All right. So I'm going to let that dry, and then we'll do in a little bit after they've both dried, we'll come back and add the detail to that one so I can show you the difference in what it's like wet on wet or wet on dry.